Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of A Lawyer Plays The Long Dark with me, Ryan, the gaming lawyer. If you recall, in the last episode, we were on our quest where we have made it to the town of Milton, and we've been collecting firewood to fill up that lady's bin with firewood and running around. And we left off where we were starting to get really chilly, and I was going to go back to the lady's house. But we still got a lot of carrying weight left, and maybe we could be in this house for a while. Maybe there's stuff for us to break down. So that was the plan, to see if is it warm? Yeah, it's slightly warm enough in here. And first off, let's just get a look around. Before we start breaking everything apart, let's get a look around, see what's what.
I better take this food.
There's some banged up condensed milk. That sounds delicious. Food is a thing. Lantern fuel will come in handy if we ever get a lantern. Lanterns are very useful once you have them. They're useful to have. I tend not to use them a ton when I have them. Ooh, mean, yeah. Yeah, baby. But, yeah, this sort of house is... If we ever lose the old lady with her everlasting fire, this is the sort of place that would make a perfect home base, because you have a lot of containers. You come up with, at least, see, in the sandbox, you have time to settle in and get a base that you stick around for a long time. I might be playing this wrong. Well, now I'm not, because I am getting the firewood, which obviously is going to take a while. A cup of coffee just chilling in there?
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
I'm just gonna drink it. I just found a cup of coffee just chilling. Just chilling in the microwave from God knows when, and I just drank it. I'm not proud of... I am proud of myself. I'm talking like, oh, I'm not proud of myself, but I found some pleasure in the fact that that's what just happened. Just like, oh, it's an old deserted house. Oh, look, there's a microwave. What's in there? Oh, it's a cup of coffee. Just drink it. Okay. In real life, no, never. I would never wander into an abandoned house and drink. Drink a cup of coffee that I just found chilling in the microwave. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, we're getting lots of. It's starting to get heavy. Not too bad. Lots of stuff to break down into cloth. Maybe even some upgrades from what we're wearing right now. Curtains. Oh, see, 8 minutes. Yes. Break that down. Wait, what is... I forget what the plus means over the eye. Oh, well. Can't be that important. Gaming lawyer, you didn't pay attention to the plus. I'm gonna need to find a replacement for that little knife or something to repair it. I think there are kits where you can repair stuff like that. Alright, I've been screwing around enough with gathering cloth. Cloth is actually heavy, isn't it? Isn't it? Up to 3.5 pounds. Oh well, screw it. No, we're gonna take more. 8 minutes? Because one of the things that she really wants... I haven't even been checking all these little places we've been going into to see if they had curtains. Alright, but I feel like I've cut, and we'll just note to self, there's more curtains to cut in this place. Now that I'm thinking about it, they're everywhere. But here's a bed, book, all the newspapers, shoes, but the newspapers go into that bin. They all count towards the firewood thing. But see, this is a perfect little place. It's nicely laid out. There's a bed right there. Here's the fire. There's a kitchen. You can... Now, the kitchen is just incidentally a place where you can put food, but it helps to... when you're... Like, refrigerators hold a lot of shit, so if you remember, like, oh, I'm gonna put all my food in the fridge. Then, yeah, have we looked at everything? We have. Is there stuff we can break down? How are we doing on temperature? We still need to waste some time in here. So, let's get rid of some of this stuff that's gonna be a stumbling block later. And after this, we should be... In fact, you know what? Let's just keep breaking stuff up. We're making good use of... Oh, I'm hungry. We don't have a can opener yet. We have tons of cans. I just thought of that. We've picked up a lot of some cans of food, but we don't have... We need to find a can opener. See, this is the perfect type of place where I would expect there to be one. Okay, we're gonna finish off our little cat's tail stalks. Not very filling, but edible. If you eat enough of them, they'll fill you up. Let's have an energy bar. Ooh. That's some good stuff right there. Okay, we're gonna drink some of this. And now we're like in perfectly good shape. You know what? I'm gonna bookmark this place in my mind to come back later. Because this is definitely a place we're gonna break some more stuff down. But we have not explored the whole town yet. I was thinking there was that broken down... There was another broken down house I saw down this way. I was thinking of taking a peek at that. And then heading back to the blind lady's house. And dropping off... Because we've collected quite a bit of wood and stuff. I'm suddenly paranoid. It's a stick. I'm suddenly paranoid about wolves. Okay, there's a deer. Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing some. Birds flying around overhead. I don't know if it was in this game day, but oh, there's more of these too. That's nice. But where there are deer carcasses, typically that means there was a murderous wolf about. Which that's actually a valid way of hunting deers. If you don't have bow and arrows and stuff like that, is if you know where there's some wolves, you find some deers and you make them run toward the wolves, and then the wolves will kill them. And then if you then scare off the wolf, am I missing anything here? You scare off the wolf, you can get all the deer meat. But I'm guessing if it's just chilling here like this, it's probably been picked at pretty well already. Ooh, there's a whole 7 pounds of meat in here. I'm not gonna take it all now, but let's just see. If we took everything that this deer had to offer, it would be 2 hours and 55 minutes. And we would want to have a fire when we did that. But that thing, I think that's going to be like one of our next little priorities. Is, even though we're in the middle of collecting firewood for that lady. Oh, there's a house up there. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to collect all of our little things here. And we're going to go back to that lady's house and we're going to drop some stuff off. And then we'll come out and explore a little more. I'm wondering if I should prioritize the deer carcass, because otherwise wolves are going to probably going to eat the rest of that meat. If I just save it for too long. It won't go too bad because it's cold out here. So in theory, it's going to be, you know, I think the corpse said frozen too, didn't it? So we'll collect these for now. These never go bad. Or if they do, I've never played long enough for it to be a factor. Okay. Oh, there's more over here. See, this is the sort of thing I'm thinking when I'm editing these episodes together. It gets a little messy though. If I decide all of a sudden in post, did I hear wolf? No. If I decide in post that all of a sudden all the times that I collected all those little cattails and stuff, that I'm gonna edit those together into like a high-speed montage or a little, you know, something. Eye of the Tiger, and I'm collecting cattails until my bags are full, and it's like, yeah. at the end of victory. Little jump like Rocky at the top of the steps. But I record these using a timer in real time, so... Oh, I suddenly just had a terrible thought. If I wasn't recording this... If I wasn't recording this, but I was instead streaming it... No, it says recording. Okay, because I'm using OBS to record this. And I have very different settings for how I capture it versus how I stream it. It's captured at a much higher quality. And in a different way that makes it very performance friendly to be able to do the 1080 at 60 frames a second. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Occasionally I worry that I accidentally, because there's a record button and there's a stream now button. But when you hit stream now, they give you this whole warning, like a confirmation. It shouldn't happen by accident, but there's always this fear that pops up from time to time that when I think I'm recording an episode, I am in fact streaming. And I'm streaming to a crowd of people that I have no idea are watching me, and they're like, what the hell's up with this guy? They probably think they're just watching a Let's Play. I think I might have done that before. I have done it before. I don't know if I was playing a game or what, but I hit stream now and I was watching. I think I was editing or watching one of my own videos for some reason. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, we're pretty loaded down. Here, and continuing my tradition of as soon as I go into a house that requires a load screen of remembering I needed to do something outside. Here, we're gonna put the firewood in here. That's why we came back, isn't it? Put them all in there. Put that in there too. Put the coal in there. We're gonna hold on to the sticks. Because she specifically and separately wanted sticks. But we'll put the book in there. Right? Yeah. And I think I like everything else that we've got to hold on to. Although I feel like there's a lot of plugs we can dump off. A lot of little kindling plugs. Did I have a pile going for those? Yeah, the cattails. Not those, we'll hold on to the food stuff. But now we're up to the cattail heads. We'll drop 5 of those, so we'll keep an even 10. And then we'll just wholesale drop the tinder plugs. And matches are still good. Let's see. We collect a lot of clothing. Let's dump the clothing off. In fact, I kind of liking messing stuff up in this room because the fire's on here 24/7. Gonna drop that. Cotton scarf. I feel like what we got is better, so we'll probably be stripping that later. Some shoes. Sports socks. Okay. And we've been accumulating quite a bit of food as well, so let's drop off some of this heavier business. Keep a couple of those the canned goods that we can't open, we'll drop. I think we probably can open it, but let's see. Keep the coffee. We'll drop some of the tea. Drop the milk. Anything else? I probably don't need to carry this much soda on our persons. So let's drop that. Drop that. Anything else but it's particularly heavy? I want to keep a good amount of it still on. Because there's always this fear. It's maybe unjustified because I have no plans of going too far, but there's always this fear that I'm going to wander a little bit too far and end up having to, like, take refuge someplace where I have not collected a bunch of stuff. So here, it's like, I got enough stuff here that if I came in here bare-ass naked with no food or supplies, there'd be enough stuff to get me back on my feet and kind of put together again. Oh, this stuff. These mushroom things. I'll put them next to her little... Let's see. A large edible shelf mushroom found mainly on coniferous trees, known for antibiotic properties when ingested as a kind of tea. Alright. So, we'll keep a couple of those. Let's drop 5 of them, and we'll keep a few. I don't know exactly why. I have no foreseeable use for them. Because the plan is now, if I need something to be treated with antibiotics, I'll just come back to the house. But I'm sort of keeping, it's like my go bag. I'm keeping my, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, it's a story too. We don't know what's going to happen. I could wander away and the whole place could burn down. With her magic fire, could burn it down. When I finally get all the wood I'm looking for. How we doing on daylight? We're still midday. We're good. I'm thinking if we get some more... Well, next time we get enough wood together, maybe we should go back to that deer and start a fire next to the deer so we can loot it without freezing to death. And in fact, it's only medium. It's like medium cold right now. All right. Well, I was noticing this house up here, so I'm curious. I want to check this house up top. And I feel like anytime we see the old man's beard, we should just grab it, because that stuff's useless, or it's useful, really useful. You don't need to cook it before it's useful, too. That's also... Isn't this also something that's used as an antibiotic, I believe? Oh, okay. Take a little quick once around here. Sticks. Always good. I don't think it was until recently that I appreciated, until I started this playthrough, that I appreciated how valuable sticks could be. Because you carry a bunch of them around, and you can actually have a long and sustained fire just by throwing a ton of sticks on it. Let's see, we'll grab these mushrooms while I'm thinking about it. And also, so we gotta... we know we saw a wolf towards the end of that street down there, probably behind where those rocks are. We know they're around. Just want to get a quick look about, because I haven't looked around with the intent of sort of getting the lay of the land. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing nothing that... Oh, is there... There's a house down there. There are some more houses going out of town that way that appear to be intact. Okay. Just getting an idea. So that might be, once I'm done exploring sort of the main part of town, there's a couple... I know there's a couple more houses out there that I can look at now, too. But, yeah, I'm feeling like this game is settling into a much more mundane type of thing. Like, the first couple episodes was really, like, on the verge of death constantly, it felt like. Here's a little place to stay. Scarf. Book. Grape soda. Oh, there's a note. Space. I don't trust anyone anymore. People are getting desperate. It's only been a few days since the power went out. I'm gonna stash some supplies in our special place above town. You know, near where we look at the stars together. We may need them before help gets here. Alright, good to know. I'm gonna leave that here. A place above town where they look at the stars. Alright. Now I'm picking up all the stacks of paper that I find because... I know I can fit all that into that lady's little porch thing. Okay, we are going to break some wood down And the objective of this wood is to start a fire by that deer. Is there anything else I can break down for wood? That's a metal shelf. Ooh, metal container. I didn't even... Lantern fuel and paper. Okay. So I think we've pretty much used this place up. There is a little place to sleep on. Oh, there's a hoodie. How are we doing on weight? 50 pounds. That's not ideal. But I think we'll get the deer stuff. And we'll head back to the lady's house. And we're going to use a bunch of that weight to burn... to burn a fire next to the deer so we don't freeze to death. Your footsteps. I don't think those are wolf footsteps. I think they're little bunny. Yeah, there's bunny. That's the only way I've ever caught bunnies in this game, is never throwing rocks at it. But in my prior playthroughs, you can build bunny traps, and once you get a location you're kind of settled into for a few days, and you're exploring, you can use set bunny traps down in areas where you know they run around. Okay. Can I do... It's not that cold right now, so I'm gonna try... That's... Okay. Maybe that's not a good idea. I'd like to get the biggest chunks of meat that I can, though. 30 minutes, that's good. We're gonna see how... See, our cold meter is barely going down. So, I'm feeling like maybe we don't need to do the fire. He said optimistically. Oh no! We broke the metal shard. Oh, now we are screwed. Oh, we can use the hatchet. Okay. Okay, how are we doing? We're doing okay. I think we can get... I think we can get the rest of this without freezing to death. And the hide, 45 minutes? I feel like I'm pushing my luck a little bit. Oh, okay. No, we should be good. We're not going to die from it. And we didn't use any damn wood. So now we'll go back to the lady and her magic never-ending fire.
Goddamn freezing.
Yep. I think we're not even... Actually, yeah, we'll stop out. Put the stuff we collected. We'll put it in the box on our way in. I don't think we're that close to death that stopping out for a second to do that's gonna be the difference between life and death.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
We're still relatively at full health. So basically, as long as we get... We can hurt a little bit now, as long as we get inside and within the next couple minutes get some food in our bellies, have a little bit of water, we should be fine. We got a ton of meat now that we can cook up. Alright, the never-ending fire. I'm loving that fire. Dump all that. Let's dump all this off. All of it. We're gonna hold on to the sticks. Books have been a thing we've been sticking in there. It's good. And see? It's no big deal. I think I'll dump one of the accelerants. Little light fire starters.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Where'd that come from? Alright, let's get... We have some water. Let's drink some water. And let's cook... We'll cook one of the pieces of meat. And then we'll eat it. And then we'll cook the rest of it. And then it's getting close to bedtime, at least for our character, I think. Let's get out of here. Eat. Cooked. I think I've accidentally eaten raw before. It's not good. You get sick. Pretty sure I got food poisoning. Okay, that'll keep us from getting starvy while we cook the rest of it. Now, if you're aiming for longevity, you play games like putting the meat outside so it stays frozen, so it doesn't decompose as quickly. It still does very slowly. And then when it gets down to a certain bad level, you cook it. So I think it goes back up to 100%. Let me, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. Yeah, see, after you cook it, it gets up to 100%. You start playing the spoilage game. Oh. But I'm not sure this. I don't think this game is going to be one of those like, see if you can survive for 2 years without dying by making every resource last as long as possible. That's more like what happens in the sandbox mode. Let's see, what time is it? But it's late. It's probably. Do I have any more raw crap on me? 46 pounds I still have on me. I could probably... Here. Where's the, I could probably stand to drop a little more soda. Drop. Drop. This can. What do I have that's heavy? This thing is done, huh? I feel bad dropping it, but I think it's like absolutely done. I wonder if there was a way I could have fixed it. There are certain things you have to have that for, I think. Isn't there? Or can I use the axe interchangeably? Well, the axe won't last forever either. It's at 54% right now. I know there are sharpening and like repair kits you can find out in the world. Trying to think, do I have... Oh yeah, I do have some, do still have some more clothing now. That... Oh, what's this? A new hoodie? What am I wearing? Let's compare. Oh, this thing's cold! Oh, we're dropping that. Oh, look, at least we're inside where it's nice and warm. We'll come back for my pants later. Oh, I was gonna check about this, sweater. Hoodie's about the same. Hoodie, what I'm wearing is better. Now this thing... Nope. Overall's a bit better. Okay, so we're gonna... Go ahead and drop this. Drop this. Is it the fact that I'm carrying all this meat that's making me a little heavier now? Oh yeah, we're gonna drop some of this accelerant as well. It's gonna... Oh, lantern fuel. Actually, we don't even need lantern fuel right now. At all. So... We probably should have a little bit of accelerant. Shouldn't we? Yeah. Okay. Now! I think it's a good time. Or wait, should we... How are we doing on, Let's do a little more water. Since there's a chance we'll end up sleeping as long as we can and it's still going to be dark anyways, we might as well, let's see. Yeah, that's probably good. Since I don't have a place to store the water, I forget, can you just drop water and it becomes bottles? That was something I know was asking, and I'm too chicken to try it. I probably should have tried it when I barely had any water, but now... Let's see, I'm just gonna drop 1/13. Oh, it does come as a bottle of water. Okay. So that's something I can do. Let's see, let's do a little more of that. Melt. And we'll boil it. For all the time I put into this game, it's amazing how much I'm still learning. Take it. I don't need to drink it. I could probably use a little bit of food. I could use a little bit of water. I like carrying about half a gallon on my person. So, or about 0.4 is good. So let's drop about half a gallon. And that's about right, yeah. And what is this? Oh, I do have the sewing kit at 61%. What was that under? Okay, tools. That's tools. I was looking under crafting, but these are the materials. These are the actual tools. I got a little panicked earlier thinking when it came time to repair, I wasn't going to be able to. Alright, so keep that. Oh, wait, how are we doing on cloth? I'm carrying a ton of cloth. That is way more cloth. That's one, I think that's one reason I've started getting so heavy. Okay, let's drop some of this cloth now that we're looking at that. And the fresh deer hide, for that matter. We got guts and stuff that need to cure. I shouldn't even be holding to begin with. So let's drop 20. No. Let's drop 20 of these, shall we? We'll keep 9 just for, you know. So you never, I feel like I never want to not have any. There, we'll do 21. So 8 is a nice even number. And let's go. Do I have? Here's the, we'll put that here. And I know I've got some other deer stuff somewhere else, but I'm going to drop this deer right here. Okay, down to 34. Okay, that helps a lot. And gonna go for, let's say 9 hours. So we don't, well, if we do wake up and it's still dark, then there's plenty to do in here. I feel like 9 hours is definitely enough rest. Yeah, this is good. Give the day a chance to warm up a little bit. Drink it. Oh, that's good. Okay. And food. Go ahead and eat this. I feel like we're good to go. Our health is totally up to like 100%. And, wow, I just realized we are over 30 minutes. So, Jiminy Christmas. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call that an episode. I guess it helps that we're right next to a bed. Because that's the only way you can save. But I'd like to thank everybody for joining once again in another episode of A Lawyer Plays The Long Dark. And until next time, I hope everybody is doing well and take care. Bye-bye.